While someone is trying to think of a person to commemorate during a speech, typical answers may be teachers, grandparents, or usually just adults that have really had an impact on them. However, in my case, the adults in my life haven't had the best impact on me. Therefore, that led me to cling closely to family and their friends, as they have been my role models. Without a doubt, my friend Maddie and her family have showed me consistent support, discipline, and love since our friendship started 13 years ago. Rewinding all the way back to 2009, when Maddie and I's friendship began, which was 3rd grade of elementary school. We had a military appreciation night concert that we as students were performing for the serving troops. My parents, being the impatient, irresponsible people they were, weren't going to bring me, as this was an out-of-school activity. I asked Maddie that day if her parents could bring me, and she gave me a note with her mom's number to bring home and call her after school, even though she was almost certain that her mom would still bring me. So I called after school, and her mom was more than happy to bring me. She even asked if I needed any red, white, and blue attire, as her dad had been a serving soldier for over 25 years, and they had more than enough. Now rewinding to 2017, the year my mother got heavily into drugs. These drugs made my mother wilder than a crazy animal, and I needed a way out. Maddie and her family were my way out. Once Maddie had realized how bad my mother was getting from our weekly sleepovers, she explained this to her parents. The following weekend when I went over there, her parents asked me if I felt safe, and I replied with no. They instantly found a way out and took me in. These parents, having already four kids of their own, were willing to take in another baby cub. This really showed me how loving, caring, and considerate these people were. They already had so much responsibility and were willing to take me on. Now, last year we're running to more recently, 2020, the year me and Maddie graduated. Maddie and I had continued on to college and after graduation, and we had many questions on the application process and FAFSA, as they can be very tricky, and we obviously had no experience. I would have had no help with this either, since I was a first-generation college student. Nobody else in my family had been. Luckily, after Maddie's dad's service in the military of 25 years, he continued on to get a bachelor's degree and had somewhat of a sense on what the FAFSA and application process was like. He totally guided me through this and got me into my college experience. If it wasn't for Maddie, I don't know if I ever would have gotten into college. For this matter, I don't know if I would have even been successful in my life if it wasn't for Maddie and her family. Never showed me the dependability and love I did not receive from my own family. Did you know that first-generation college students comprise 1/3 of all college students? Without the help I received from this family, I don't think that I would have made it to college at all. From taking me from my first dance when our friendship started, to taking me in as one of their very own children, and finally helping me begin a life on my own. These people have shown me the true meaning of a good person and how friends turn into your family.